On the 1st of May, millions of people mark International Workers' Day. Its story begins not as a holiday, but as a demand. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for what we will. In the spring of 1886, that demand gathered force in industrial America. Factories ran long days, wages were uncertain. Workers organized strikes, meetings, and marches to make the 8-hour day a public issue. Chicago became one of the movement's centers. On May 1st, workers walked off the job and filled the streets. The strike was part of a national campaign, but in Chicago, the conflict sharpened quickly. On May 3rd, outside the McCormick Reaper Works, police and strikers clashed. The next evening, workers and labor organizers gathered near Haymarket Square to protest the violence and keep pressing for the 8-hour day. The rally was nearly over when police moved in. Then someone, whose identity was never proven, threw a bomb. Police opened fire. Officers and civilians died, and the city entered panic. The aftermath became a defining moment in labor history. 8 labor activists were prosecuted not because prosecutors proved who threw the bomb, but because of their politics and speeches. Some were executed, others imprisoned, and the case became a symbol of repression against labor movements. For workers around the world, May Day turned May 1st into more than a date. It became a memory of sacrifice, a warning about state violence, and a rallying point for solidarity. That is where the color red enters the story. Red had long carried meanings of danger, revolt, and bloodshed. In revolutionary Europe, and later in socialist and labor movements, the red flag came to stand for workers' resistance, martyrs, and shared struggle across borders. In 1889, delegates from labor and socialist movements met in Paris. They called for an international demonstration on a single fixed day, so that workers in all countries and cities could demand the 8-hour workday together. The chosen date was May 1st, linking the new international campaign to the struggle that had erupted in Chicago 3 years earlier. In 1890, workers marched across countries and continents under the banner of the 8-hour day. From there, May Day spread. Some countries made it a public holiday. Others treated it as a day of protest. In many places, red banners, songs, and marches carried the same message. Labor is not just local, it is international. Today, May Day has many forms. It can be a state holiday, a union march, a protest, or a quiet remembrance. But its historical core remains clear. A global movement grew from a fight over time, dignity, and power at work. From Haymarket to Paris, from red flags to worldwide adoption, May Day reminds us that rights at work were not simply given. They were organized, defended, and remembered.